Okay, well, thank you very much for attending today. This is a demonstration of our ProductivityNOW portal as a part of being an Autodesk customer who you can purchase your software anywhere, but through IMAGINiT, you have certain aspects or access to different offerings in our just basically ProductivityNOW portal offering. So one of the things that you'll notice as having access would be different levels as a guest, as a customer, and as a paying ProductivityNOW plan customer. The first thing you want to look at is the community. It is offering, a link right to our IMAGINiT blogs, which are on our public website, but you can sign up for the RSS feed that gives you access, or notification of any time we post any new content to our blog, such as anything happening in the Solution Center or one of our verticals, civil, building design, or the manufacturing space. We also have Ascent as one of our blogs, and when they're posting new courseware or updated, maybe for the 2019 now, but that'll give you notifications. So that's what's really nice. But going back to looking at the main page, you'll see some of that on the front page as far as announcements, and also white papers and our featured videos that we have posted by our technical team or marketing team. Under the community, you'll also see the marketing and webinars, the events that are coming up, maybe in person, a webcast, user group meetings. All of that is here where you can actually register. After those are done and recorded, you'll be able to see those under our technical resources. With a guest access, you have limited look at all of these, but as a customer, you purchase from IMAGINiT, you do have full access. So the last thing under here is the social media. If you want to look at our webcasts or our Facebook, Twitter, different things that we do on different mediums, then you would absolutely be able to see what we're doing, what we're talking about. The technical resources, again, is really where our tips and tricks are, and those are 15-minute or less videos in different disciplines, as you see here. They give you what's between the pages kind of videos, short, from our technical team on what we're doing in the space, in the industry, and how that affects you. Setting up a file in Autodesk Inventor HSM, that's something new to Autodesk. There's a lot of great content in here, as well as if you look at our webcast recordings, it's a little more, I guess, 30 to 60-minute content, but it is well worth the time. Overview of BIM 360, all these different videos. All of these are searchable at the top, so if you want to find a topic, that's the way to do that. We have white papers in the same fashion. If you want to look at civil on this one, it's something that really can help, if it's not a video, we'll put out a paper or a PDF on it. Down at the bottom, this is our installation toolkit. This is where you really want to have your person who installs the software, whether it be IT or a manager of engineering or architecture, that would be the person that needs this toolkit. What this is from the Solution Center, we have developed this document that helps you understand what all the different aspects and I guess procedure step-by-step is required to install the Autodesk software. There are multiple steps to do this. So this is what you would give your installation person, even a contract manager on the Autodesk software, access to adding users or software coordinators. Everything's in this IMAGINiT toolkit. If you do have your Autodesk software through IMAGINiT, then you have access to our IMAGINiT utilities. These are for Civil 3D, Revit, and Vault Client. And if you are the software coordinator or the contract manager for your Autodesk software, you can look at your auth codes or generate new auth codes for these utilities free of charge. It's a thank you, or a way of us saying thank you for having your Autodesk software through IMAGINiT. And these are highly valuable in that they're anywhere from $200 to $400 a seat through our e-store. And you have access to this valuable add-on software such as shorter, less clicks, more automation and productivity. And that's really what we are looking to do at IMAGINiT, is do more than, sell you software. We don't want to do that. We want to help your organization become more efficient and better at what they do. So this is how you can grab either a standalone or a network version of the software. It does not depend on what you have at Autodesk. This is completely different licensing. It's just your choice. The other thing that is nice, under the account, you can see your subscription information. If you have it through IMAGINiT, we will basically give you the quick view of what serial number, software seats, everything you'll need to know to put in the software, any product keys. If you do need to download it, there's a click here to go to the Autodesk subscription site. You can manage your users as admins. Maybe you want to disable someone who left the firm. If there's a new one, it is a self-register. Have them use their company email address, and then they should be linked, just through our CRM system to your account, and then be able to see what they should or have access. Classroom training history, that is where you have if you've taken a class or in the past, when, where, and give you information on that. Your profile is really just kind of as little or as much information as you want to share. The point from here on are our paid services. So we have ProductivityNOW plans that are really flexible throughout all different size organizations, anywhere from a safety net to a fully functioning help desk that you can have access to. Our team that we have at IMAGINiT, 12 people every day, all they do is help our customers with problems with the software, whether it be software issues or user support. It's really both. You do have a level of support that's provided through Autodesk subscription, but that's really more for bug reporting, break fix, where they want to know what's wrong with their software so they can fix it or put out a service pack. This is everything beyond. And so that support, there is a level called Flex Time, which is purchase a few hours for a safety net. You would have access to the support tab where you can log cases, look at your cases, see how much time you have left. Under the support contract summary, it would show you, even on an annual type contract, either assurance or complete, but it shows you all the information you need, along with any authorized users or how much time you have remaining on flex time hours. You'll have access to our knowledge base, which is really a great resource. It's also searchable up at the top. So if you're having a question or an issue, you can search that through here or at the top to find out a common or unique answer or solution to a case we have solved. When you create a case online, submit a case, it actually searches that database I'm showing you right there that shows you all the solutions my team has written when they've solved something that is, repeatable or very unique. We have a low 4-hour, 2-hour, or critical as soon as we can get back to you response or urgency. So those are business hours. We want to make sure that if it is critical, it's a lot of people down and a large dollar business impact. So when you're on either any of the Productivity Now plans, such as Flex Time, Complete, or Assurance, that's where you'll have access to this tab. You can also email us, or there's live chat right here, 8 to 8, Monday through Friday. You can pick up the phone, even if you leave a voicemail. Let's say you don't have time to stay on hold. Leave us a voicemail. It will create a case in your name. support@rand.com to get your case created from an email. ProductivityNOW@rand.com is our, issues with the service or any questions. But once you put the information in on subject or problem, you can attach a small file, or if you have a large data set, we use Dropbox to collaborate. But we want to make sure that you are absolutely able to get the right help at the right time. You can look at your cases. You can search your company cases. So if Johnny over there, called in a few months ago, you want to know what was the answer to that because I'm getting the same problem. You can do that, or search our knowledge base if we created a solution that's public for it. So that's our support, and it is a dedicated team. So there are a dozen people every day. All they do is help with our customer frontline support, where if you're having issues, call us and we'll help. Even if you have a CAD team or champions or a CAD manager, we integrate well with companies because we're able to take the support load off of that person or group of people so they can be focused on more high-value, top 10 list of the company, maybe the owner or principals want, more, I guess, forward-thinking technology into the company, look at new ways of doing things so that we can help day in and day out take that load off of why am I getting this error. So things to think about is all that is, but we want to make sure that you are using all capabilities of IMAGINiT. You're not just here to do the transaction of purchasing or renewing your software. We have over 100 technical people in our organization doing consulting, training, support, and software development. So one of the last things in here is our e-learning, and this is where we have access, or I guess you would have access to our extensive list of courses. These courses are written by Ascent, and we have videos embedded in the courses or video-only courses that your users would be able to access and maybe take an hour a week and work with your HR department on a learning initiative and software or I guess professional development of your users. Having a program inside your company will help because we can have the greatest learning online available, but if the company doesn't, I guess, have a program or an incentive for users to use that and measure and report on, then, there's no return on that investment. So it's a 50-50 kind of partnership that we look for when you're looking at your users and a learning management or, just a learning path for them to continue their education, keep up on the software. As Autodesk is updating their software twice a year with new features, you really need to update your users as well, and that's how you can use this to do that. So everything in here, not only the current version, but prior versions are available, and not only, let's say, the AutoCAD fundamentals, you have access to an update class, to a advanced 3D modeling, civil 3D, you have grading and surveyor, raster, map, everything's in here, Revit architecture, MEP, site and structure, collaboration, all kinds of different courses. So be aware that we're not just offering you a class on a certain version or a certain book. This is everything that we have available. Inventor is not only the, just the fundamental, but you're talking about iLogic or cable or advanced part or advanced assembly, vault data management. Everything is in here. And so your users will have access to that courseware with videos, as you see here in the matrix. Depending on that, you can have videos embedded or a video only or a book only. As you get in the first time in the My Courses, it'll be empty. As you enroll in courses, there's a video or right here, or a PDF that explains how to enroll in a course. Everything is searchable also. So maybe you don't want to use it just as formal learning. You want to use it as a resource. So maybe you want to say, okay, I want to drill down into AutoCAD. I'm using 2017 or 2018, and I'm going to, search at this level for dynamic blocks. You can do that. Narrow your search criteria is what I highly recommend. Or put this on one screen, have AutoCAD on the other, and do a formal learning, walking down through each chapter. As you can see, this has a play button and a book, so it's video embedded courses. In here, you get feedback, 75% or higher on quizzes. That gives you a passing grade on that chapter quiz. When you're done, it will let you print a certificate of completion. And when that's finished, you're going to be able to see in your reporting that for the admins, the in progress, completed courses, there's also detailed reporting that shows every what, where, when, how, and what score. As I mentioned, jump into the course here, put AutoCAD on one screen, this on another. You go down through and see this is the explanation or, summary of what you're going to cover in this chapter 22. And as you start down, you'll see the subsections. Everything is right here. Here's the first video. I don't know if it'll play very loud as my speakers are not hooked up, my big ones. But it does show like you're looking at a projector in a classroom and listening to an instructor teach the class, not read the book. That's why we like these. So a lot of what these are is dual learning. You actually have triple learning because there are data downloads as well. You download a zip file, open it in AutoCAD, walk through the exercise. So everything is included here. It is the most comprehensive out there. Like I said right here, required file, download the data set, open it in AutoCAD, go back, and walk through the exercise. So you have 3 types of learning now with your hands included. Once you're done, as you take the quiz, it's a 75% or higher is passing. So I'm going to jump out of here and I'm going to go into the quizzes. But those are where it doesn't matter if you take it once or 3 times. What we're looking for is a passing grade. So if you don't know it at first, that's okay. We want you to do a, review of the chapter again if you did not pass the first time. And that's really part of the learning curve. So everything in here is absolutely part of the ProductivityNOW complete or assurance plan. And we differentiate the complete or assurance in the size of your organization. Complete is up to 39 users of the Autodesk software. And what we look at when we're selling the plans for the complete or assurance is how many Autodesk users are in your organization. It can be a PM. Anyone who gets into the Autodesk software would be valuable for this learning and support. Even if they get in once in a while, those are the ones who are a little more needy sometimes, I'll call them, but they would benefit by learning the software so they don't bother other people. They are very self-sufficient. So here's where I get immediate feedback. I might guess here real quick if I get a correct one, but it'll go green and show me a green one. No, I got unlucky there. But let's see here. I gotta read. So anyway, there it is, correct. So that's submitted. I'm going to get a horrible grade. I can retake it, or I can close this, go back to the chapter, restudy what I missed. While I'm missing the answers, you can document that. We don't want to make it too easy. But you could screenshot or write it down on a piece of paper, go back to the chapter, search, or go through the chapter, and you would have access to, taking the quiz again. So as I mentioned, everything is reporting, or logged or recorded, so you can report on this. There is a dashboard, a couple different places under My Account for the admins or under eLearning and Reports. The first one is a in progress or completed, last 30 days, all time. The next one is a detailed report of all time or last 7 days. That's the one that shows everything, or just a summary. The one I like personally is really this completed or in progress course report. That tells me, where people are, or if you want to dig into that particular person and what course they're working on, you can hit a detail and it'll show you every little part, just like the detailed report does. So everything in here, as I mentioned, is part of our ProductivityNOW Complete or Assurance Plan. And you get access to everything that is in our portal. With the Assurance Plan, that large enterprise customer, we also have a program, the Client Utilization Service. We work with Autodesk to help proactively make sure that your licenses are in line with what Autodesk database says you have. Maybe you've purchased or acquired a company or sold a company off of a division of your company even. But what we're looking for is to make sure you know what Autodesk software you have in their database pertaining to your company or organization. Then we have the optional of running a tool inside of your organization that basically just looks for Autodesk software and reports back, so you can put those together and find out that you have no 2002 software on a secretary machine that you didn't know about. But it's really about your IT and asset management and client compliancy. The second thing with the Assurance Plan is offering of live lecture series where every month we look at a different topic that's sent in, dive into it, not just what's in the book, but deep dive in and see how people are applying it. That's something else that's included with the Assurance Plan. So everything in here, as I mentioned, is part of our ProductivityNOW portal. It depends on what level of, whether you're a guest, a customer of our Autodesk, of Autodesk software through IMAGINiT, where you also get the utilities and all of the view of the technical resources and community. The next one is with the ProductivityNOW flex time hours that you could get access to our support center. And lastly, the Assurance or Complete Plan that gives you access to support and the e-learning. So those are everything, in a nutshell or a 30-minute overview that I wanted to cover today. If you have further questions, reach out to me or your account manager at IMAGINiT. We're happy to talk further on everything that we can do for your organization. Kim?